invocation and then remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good evening. Tonight, I would like to dedicate this invocation for the 50th year anniversary of all the civil rights activists down in Selma, Alabama, who were protesting for their free right to vote and equality. And I want to read Proverbs 31, verse 8 and 9. Open your mouth for the mute, for the rights of all who are destitute. Open your mouth, judge righteously, defend the rights of the poor and the needy. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item on the agenda is presentations, and we have 5 of them. So let's start with number 1. It's the Department of Public Services Appreciation Award.
The Churches of Madison Heights, which is an alliance of churches here in town, is requested to present our Public Services Department with an appreciation award, which comes on the heels of one of our worst winners on record. And I would note that this is in recognition of the department's efforts to keep our streets clean and safe. So I think we have a representative here.
Please. Good evening, sir. Your name and address, if you will, for us, please.
I'm Jeff Swanson, and I live in Madison Heights here.
We're related.
I am the president of the Coalition of Churches here in Madison Heights, and we represent 9 churches here that we've banded together for the betterment of the city, to work together instead of being competitors for congregations. Mr. Mayor, Mr. Myers, City Council members, thank you for allowing us, the Coalition of Churches here in Madison Heights, to come here in front of the citizens of Madison Heights to show our gratitude to the fine men and women of the Department of Public Services, who work so tirelessly and hard on our behalf, who behind the scenes keep this city moving, who help us get to our jobs, our stores, and our meeting places. 2014 is in the record books as, I believe, the number 1 or number 2 worst since we've been keeping records. And our people, they never missed a beat. In the storm, those trucks were rolling 24/7. In fact, this year, many of the guys, I believe they missed the Super Bowl because of the snow. And sure, they get paid, but we need to give them thanks. The Bible tells us in the book of Romans to give honor to whom honor is due. Sometimes they only get complaints or people honking their horns or disrespect. This is why we are giving this appreciation award. We, the churches of Madison Heights, love them and thank them for a job well done.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, at this point, Your Honor, I'd like to invite Joe Vitale, Corey Almus, and Jeremy Deathridge from the Department of Public Services to the podium, please.
Yeah, beautiful. Congratulations. Well deserved. Well deserved.
Just one correction there. It's been 3 Super Bowls that we've missed.
You speak about them doing a good job. Sunday we had the big snow. It snowed until 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock in the morning on Pequinder Road. People are driving 40 miles an hour to go to work and everything. So they really do. You do a fantastic job. We're very pleased. We're very proud of you. Thank you. Second presentation is 2015 National Animal Control Officers Week.
And with Council's permission, I'll read the
Yes, sir,
proclamation.
please.
Whereas when a call for animal control services is requested, the prompt response of the animal control officer is very important for the protection of human life and the welfare of helpless animals and pets that are rescued from injury, disease, harm, and inhumane treatment. And whereas our animal control officer provides a number of services to this community, including responding to domestic animal calls and complaints, checking the welfare of pets, inspecting pet stores and other animal facilities, catching and returning loose pets, ensuring pets are properly vaccinated and licensed, investigating complaints and animal bites, responding to calls on wildlife animals, and moving wildlife to other locations for their safety. And whereas our animal control officer is a hardworking member of the Madison Heights Police Department and is dedicated to the service of animal control needs in this community. And whereas this week of appreciation recognizes and honors Animal Control Officer Suzette Geisel, part-time assistant Lois Vitale, volunteers Sherry Lewis, Cheryl Pogue, if I mispronounced that, I'm sorry, Susan Wickman, Jennifer Emmett, Dana Daly, Misty Lady, Nora Smith, Catherine Holloway, Dawn Clayton, Chuck Bosco, Gloria Alvin, Catherine Rocky, Kim Palmaville, Leah Sinkowski, Joan Barres, Heather Haynes, Kathleen Simpson, Anne Marie Simpson, Sean Senecal, and Sheila Zasadny. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of Madison Heights declares the week of April 12th through the 18th of 2015 to be National Animal Control Officer Appreciation Week in Madison Heights in honor of the men and women whose diligence, caring, and protection of animals help keep our city, citizens, and animals safe.
Good evening. Do we have a presentation there or no? Okay, please, go ahead.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. I did want to update you on our shelter renovation and expansion. We have, our expansion is complete now, and we do have our own little cat room now for our animals. We're still in the process of finishing our new kennels and getting them installed. Our grand opening open house is scheduled for June 13th, which we would like to invite all of you to come and join in the celebration of our newly renovated shelter. I also have with me a couple of my volunteers. As you could see, we have a long list of very dedicated individuals who have dedicate their lives to coming and helping our shelter animals. Misty has been with us for about 2 years now. She has fostered several animals from the shelter, volunteers several days a week. I also have Jennifer Emmett, who comes just about every day in the morning and assists in helping with the animals. She's also been very helpful with me lately in getting those shelter renovations, painting, and dedicating some extra time to that project. And also Susan Wichman, who has been volunteering now with the shelter for about 7 years. She handles most of our animal adoptions, which I'm proud to say, if it wasn't for this group of dedicated individuals, we would not have been able to save 90% of our animals in 2014.
Wow, thank you. We do have a presentation. Next presentation is the National Public Safety Telecommunications Week.
Whereas emergencies can occur at any time requiring police, fire, or emergency medical services, and whereas the prompt response of law enforcement, firefighters, and paramedics is critical to the protection of life and preservation of property, and whereas the safety of our police officers and firefighters is dependent upon the quality and accuracy of information obtained from citizens who telephone the Madison Heights Dispatch Center. And whereas public safety dispatchers are the first and most critical contact our citizens have with emergency services. And whereas public safety dispatchers are the single vital link for our law enforcement and fire personnel by monitoring their activities by radio, providing them information, and ensuring their safety. And whereas public safety dispatchers of the Madison Heights Dispatch Center have contributed substantially to the apprehension of criminals, suppression of fires, and treatment of patients. And whereas each dispatcher has exhibited compassion, understanding, and professionalism during the performance of their job in the past year. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of Madison Heights declares the week of April 12th through April 18th, 2015 to be National Telecommunications Week in Madison Heights in honor of the men and women whose diligence and professionalism keep our city and citizens safe.
Thank you. We have a presentation.
We do?
Yeah. Did you do all this yourself? Thank you very much. Next presentation is a police reserve officer swearing in.
Your Honor, I know Chief Roberts and Sergeant Fecko are here, so I'm going to turn that over. I think they have some statements they'd like to make.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening. Mr. Mayor, City Council, as you know, our Auxiliary Services Division includes volunteer groups that the Madison Heights Police Department sponsors, which includes the Police Reserve Unit, the Police Explorer, Post 1551, and the Crisis Response Team. Currently, we have over 30 volunteers, 19 of which are police reserve officers. The primary function of the reserve unit includes assisting sworn officers when needed, checking vacation homes, patrolling schools and parks, conducting crowd control and traffic control at city events and school events as well, and delivering subpoenas for our detective bureau. Tonight we will swear in Reserve Officer Aaron Isles. Aaron received his associate's degree in criminal justice from St. Clair County Community College in 2007. He completed 640 hours of the Basic Police Academy training in May of 2009 at Macomb. Although he was unable to secure a job in that field, he continued working in manufacturing for the auto industry. He then started working for Fanuc, a robotics company in Rochester Hills and Troy for a number of years. There he worked alongside Charlie Fresh, a reserve officer director, and it's there that he learned about our reserve program. Aaron expressed an interest in applying his education and training to our city and our community, and after an application process and interview, Aaron was selected to become our newest police reserve officer. Tonight we would like to welcome Aaron to our reserve unit.
Good. Yes. Want to step up here, Aaron, please? Miss, if you're taking pictures, you can come in more. Forever.
I, Aaron Isles, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Michigan, the Charter of the City of Madison Heights, that I will endeavor to secure and maintain an honest and efficient administration of the affairs of the City of Madison Heights, free from partisan control, and that I will faithfully fulfill the duties of the office of Police Reserve Officer, during the term of my office, according to the best of my abilities. So,
Congratulations. Next agenda item on the presentations is the 2014 Police Department Annual Commendations.
And Chief Roberts is here tonight.
Good evening, Chief.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Council. Tonight, the Madison Heights Police Department will recognize a police officer, a police service aide, and volunteers for their actions during 2014. Also, we will be honoring a retiring police reserve officer. First, we have Police Officer of the Year and Police Service Aide of the Year. This commendation is awarded to any police officer and police service aide who has, as a result of diligence and outstanding efforts, been singled out as the department's Member of the Year in their respective rank. The Police Officer of the Year for 2014 is Officer Craig White. Officer Craig White has been with the Madison Heights Police Department for 13 years. Over that period of time, he has proven himself to be an exemplary officer. He has worked as a road patrol officer, a motor officer, a defensive tactics instructor, training our police officers, an evidence technician, an investigator in a special investigations unit, and he was assigned to the narcotics enforcement team. Officer White's knowledge and experience that he possesses are invaluable to our police department. In 2014, while Officer White was assigned to NET, his immediate supervisor described Officer White's performance as, quote, unsurpassed, end quote, that Officer White's exceptional ability to communicate with others, whether it was with a suspect, an informant, a witness, or fellow law enforcement officer, was vital in NET having an exceptional year in combating illegal drug sales in Madison Heights. As NET conducted several search warrants in Madison Heights during 2014, Officer White completed thorough investigations, precise search warrants, and after the search warrants were completed, Officer White would speak with neighbors and assure them that the Madison Heights Police Department is responsive to narcotic activity and will not tolerate the sale of illegal drugs in our city. Over and over again, Officer White has demonstrated his extraordinary character and work ethic. I commend Officer White for his outstanding work in 2014, and it's with great pride that I announce Officer Craig White as a 2014 Police Officer of the Year.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Police Service Aide of the Year. Police Service Aide Sarah Euchert. Police Service Aide Sarah Euchert began her career with the Madison Heights Police Department on April 4th, 2005. Additionally, PSA Euchert has been a communications training officer for the past 4 years. She has been responsible for training our newly hired dispatchers. Over the years, Sarah has earned a well-deserved reputation of being an excellent dispatcher, always doing her job professionally and in a highly effective and efficient manner. Throughout 2014, PSA Euchert performed her duties consistently with the way she has performed them over her entire tenure with the Madison Heights Police Department, which again has been at an impressively high level. Also in 2014, there were many stressful, life-threatening incidents where PSA Euchert performed her duties calmly and thoroughly, performing her job exceptionally well. It is with great pride that I announce for the 4th time in the last 5 years, PSA Euchert as the Madison Heights Police Department's Police Service Aide of the Year.
Very good. Thank you.
The Police Reserve Officer of the Year. Sergeant Fecto, who's in charge of the auxiliary services, stated the reserve unit currently consists of 19 reserve officers. Those closely screened officers complete a 125-hour police reserve academy and then receive additional training by riding with experienced reserve officers. The primary function of the reserve unit includes assisting sworn officers when requested, checking vacation homes, patrolling schools and parks, conducting crowd and traffic control at city and school events, and delivering subpoenas for our Detective Bureau. 2014 Police Reserve Officer of the Year is Reserve Officer John Galasso.
Thanks, John. Thank you, sir.
Officer Galasso, step back up here. I'm not going to get away that easy. Police Reserve Officer John Galasso has been a reserve officer for 35 years. In that time, he has held different positions in the unit, including assistant platoon leader, and training officer. He has always been an active reserve officer, and in 2014 alone, he donated 424 hours of his time to the city and to the police department. He has helped the police department by delivering patrol cars for servicing. He has delivered subpoenas for our detective bureau. He assists with the purchasing of equipment for reserve cars, and he has removed old equipment from the old reserve cars, which has saved the city money. He is always willing to come in with short notice and help out behind the scenes whenever he can. He goes above and beyond his duties without looking for recognition, as you can see as he walked away. In doing so, he has been invaluable to the city, the police department, and the reserve unit, which is why he has received this award 3 times in the past. John's work and work ethic observed in 2014 made it an easy decision to award John Galasso for the 4th time Reserve Officer of the Year. Crisis Response Team Member of the Year. The purpose of the Crisis Response Team is to assist persons who are traumatized by incidents that they have been involved in, directly or indirectly. These volunteer responders are given extensive training in crisis intervention techniques before participating. The Crisis Response Team consists of 6 members who are available to respond to traumatic scenes 24 hours a day, 365 days a year at the request of the police department. In 2014, Crisis Response Team Member of the Year is Kathy Berry. Kathy joined the Crisis Response Team in 2002, and she and her family have been longtime residents of Madison Heights. Kathy has always maintained a willingness and eagerness to help people in time of hardships, whether they are victims of a crime or they have suffered the loss of a loved one. And in 2014, Kathy helped several victims. Kathy has kept a positive attitude and has been a key member of the team throughout her years of service, and she's been committed to the community. Additionally, she has previously received this award in the past for her work and for her dedication. It's with sincere appreciation that I announce Kathy Berry as a 2014 Crisis Member of the Year.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Thank you.
2014 Police Explorer of the Year. The primary purpose of the Explorer post is to assist its members with their exploration of a career in law enforcement. Explorers ranging in the age from 14 to 21 years of age perform a variety of duties which include dispatching for the police reserves, working traffic control at special city events, and holding membership meetings twice a month, during which time they receive training for the many competitions in which they participate. 2014 Police Explorer of the Year is Joseph Millibar. Joseph Millibar has been selected as the Police Explorer of the Year for 2014. Joe has shown great dedication to the Explorer post and displayed a great work ethic in 2014. Last year, Explorer Millibar served as Lieutenant of Support Services before achieving his current position, which is Chief of Explorers. Also in 2014, the Explorer post competed in both state and national competitions. During those competitions, Joe was very instrumental in organizing the training and leading the Explorer teams. With his help, they scored high in the competitions and took advantage of the opportunities of the classes and conferences held. Joe currently is a student at Wayne State University and a cadet while he is preparing for a career in law enforcement. It is with pride that I announce Joe Millibar as the Police Explorer of the Year for 2014. And tonight we would also like to recognize and honor a retiring police reserve officer, Reserve Officer Glenn Fielder. Tonight we would like to announce the retirement of Police Reserve Officer Glenn Fielder after 32 years of service to the city of Madison Heights. Glenn joined the reserve unit in October of 1982 and worked under many titles including assistant platoon leader, range officer, field training officer, pistol team member, and finally the treasurer of the reserve unit. It is remarkable that a person would donate or volunteer time out of their life for 32 years, but that is exactly what Glenn has done. I have known Glenn to be kind, caring, meticulous in his duties, and an extra set of eyes and ears as he accompanied me on patrol many years ago, not to mention the many years he spent patrolling our city on his own. Obviously, Glenn cared about Madison Heights and wanted to be more than just a resident, of which he and his family have been longtime residents. He wanted to be part of something else to make a difference and make a difference in his community. Also, Glenn worked at Beaumont Health Systems while he worked as a reserve officer. Glenn is finally retiring from Beaumont, so he and his wife Nancy can move to their retirement home in Waters, Michigan, which is near Gaylord. Please join us in thanking Glenn Fielder for his 32 years of service to the city of Madison Heights and our community, and congratulate him on his retirement from the Police Reserve Unit.
Congratulations. I hope you have a long, healthy, happy retirement.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Mayor and Council, that concludes the Police Department's commendations for 2014. I would like to thank you for your time, allowing the Police Department to come in and honor our employees and our volunteers for 2014. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief, and thanks to everybody. Congratulations to everybody that received an award tonight. Thank you very, very much. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. Any additions or deletions? We do have 2 additions that I would like to put under reports if I could get a motion on this. And it's reports under D1 City Bargaining Team. It's a tentative agreement with DPS, TPO, AM Union. Reports D2 City Bargaining Team, tentative agreement with supervisors and assessing assessment union, AFS, CME Council 25, Local 191733. It'll be the 2 to be added under reports.
Your Honor,
Mr. Corbett.
just so my friends over in the union don't get mad at you, that's AFSME, union number 25.
Oh, okay. AFSME.
But I would move to add those 2 items to the agenda as indicated, sir.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Mr. Mayor?
Mr. Clark.
Second.
Okay. We're moving to item A on the agenda, business licenses initial.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Need a vote on the motion.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Next item on the agenda is business license initial. We have 4 applicants. The first one is Keys Car Care, an automotive repair shop at 741 West 11 Mile Road. Number 2, World Class Institute of Martial Arts, Madison Heights LLC, Martial Arts School at 32701 John R. Road. Number 3 is the Wright Tax and Accounting and Tax and Accounting Business at 28709 DeQuinta Road. And number 4 is 888 Desserts and Drinks, a coffee and dessert drink shop, 30804 John R. Road. And all of these applicants have met the requirements of the city. So what's the wish of council, please?
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Clark.
I'd make a motion to approve initial business license to number 1, Keys Car Care and Automotive Repair Shop, which is a new business to the city. Number 2, World Class Institute of Martial Arts, Madison Heights LLC, which is a change of ownership. Number 3, Wright Tax and Accounting and Tax and Accounting Business. That is also a new business. Number 4, 888 Desserts and Drinks, a coffee and dessert drink shop, which is also a new business.
Thank you, sir. Second?
Your Honor.
Mr. Corbett.
Support, sir.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Business licenses, temporary and seasonal, nothing is scheduled for this evening. Likewise, business licenses, non-commercial. Item B on the agenda, public hearings. We have nothing scheduled for this evening. So, reports on agenda. Is there anything on the agenda this evening that anybody in the audience would like brought forward at this time? If not, then let's go to meeting open to the public. Anybody wishing to address council, please feel free to do so. We would ask for your name and address and limit your comments to 3 minutes or less, please, if you will. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Gloria Moore. I live at 27368 Dartmouth. I'd like to thank Mayor Pro Tem Brian Hartwell for permitting the Friends of the Madison Heights area senior citizens to be in his event for shoveling the bus stops out. We definitely enjoyed being there. And also, we'd like to invite everybody to come to our meeting on March 17th at 7 o'clock at the library. All is welcome. And it's also St. Patrick's Day, so I'd like to wish everybody St. Patrick's Day, since there'll be no more meetings till then. And our treasurer told me today that she's going to wear green on the occasion. And also, our granddaughter was born, great-granddaughter was born. She's gorgeous, and I dare anybody to declare that their grandchild is any more beautiful than mine.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. Congratulations. Anybody else wish to address council? Please step up there, if you will. Name and address, sir.
Chester Grabowski, resident at 26355 Wolverine Street. I'd like to let you know that left turn traffic on Whitcomb westbound to southbound John R. It has been a little bit crazy. We need to improve this here intersection. I have some ideas. Who can I talk to about that?
Traffic Safety Department, Oakland County, right?
No, well, that would be the city's traffic safety committee, and if you want to forward us a letter, Mr. Grabowski, or we'd be happy to look at it. I will tell you that intersection is part of the fast track system of Oakland County and the SCATS network of signals. And one improvement we did make there recently within the last couple of years is to add an additional light for the westbound to southbound John R. traffic, so that when the overhead signals are blocked by UPS and other vehicles, that movement of traffic still has a vision to a light to make the signal to find out what the phase is. So yeah, my recommendation would be to forward that to, you can do that to my office, sir, and we'll get it to traffic safety. They can take a look at it.
Okay. I would also like to let you know, Greg Street, between DeQuinder and John R., it is deteriorating. I would recommend that there are some serious repairs done to it this year before it deteriorates anymore. I told you it's in the past that in Wexford County, as of to what they have done was take off 1 inch of concrete, put down some blacktop. It has done a very good job for over 30 years, and this would be a good idea to save Greg Street. I think that you all should look into this matter here as quick as possible. And also, as far as this animal control, there is going to be an open house. Does anybody know to what time that they were going to have this open house?
No, they didn't. No, not at this time. We don't know. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Just call down there. I'm sure they'll be able to give it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And to close this up real quick, for years I've been telling you about my home invasion with these here loud thumper radios that actually, with these radios that actually vibrate my walls and everything else. I want you to know that this year that they finally succeeded in breaking a $250 window. I think the city and the police department has had ample time to crack down on this. Now it's getting to the point where it broke a window. It's just a handful of cars. All right, I'm done turning in license plates, vehicle descriptions, time of day and all that. It's time that somebody comes up with a plan to crack down on it. Okay, thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you, Chester. Is there anybody else who wishes to address council? If not, then let's go to item C on the agenda, communications, and it's the Gospel Life Church Civic Center Park Easter egg hunt.
Gospel Life Church, along with a coalition of churches in Madison Heights, is scheduled to use Civic Center Park and Pavilion C for an Easter egg hunt on Saturday, April 4th. The group has requested a waiver of fees for the damaged deposits and pavilion rentals. Staff and I recommend approval of this request, contingent upon compliance with the council policy on uniform insurance requirements for special events, and I would note that our risk manager has approved the insurance certificate.
Let's wish on this, please.
Your Honor?
Yes, Mr. Corbett.
Sir, I move that the council grant permission for the use of Civic Center Park for the Easter egg hunt by the Gospel Life Church, and that the fee waiver request be granted, sir.
Thank you. Second?
Subject, I don't know. Should I
Good.
put the,
Insurance, sir.
subject to, finish that sentence.
Subject to the compliance with the uniform requirements for insurance
What he said, Your Honor.
for special events.
Yeah. Second, please.
Your Honor.
Mr. Bliss.
Support.
Discussion?
Just a quick thank you to the church for their efforts. It's real kind to them. They've been very good to us in the past. They've helped out on a number of projects. So we're more than happy to, in a little way, return the favor. So thank you very much. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. All in favor then? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item D, reports, and we have the two items. And the first one is report D1, City Bargaining Team Tentative Agreement with the DPS TPO AM Union.
Yes, Your Honor, the city's bargaining team and I would recommend approval of that tentative agreement.
Okay, can we have a motion on this, please?
Your Honor,
Mr. Hartwell.
I move that council approve the tentative agreement with TPOAM, the DPS bargaining unit.
Thank you. Second?
Mr. Mayor?
Mr. Clark.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? The next one under reports is assistant reports the city bargaining team for the tentative agreement on supervisors and assistants union, AFS CME Council 25.
Yes, Your Honor, the city's bargaining team and I would also recommend approval of the tentative agreement with the supervisor and assistants union.
Thank you, sir. Can we have a motion, please?
Your Honor.
Mr. Corbett?
So I move that the council grant approval to the recommended contract with the supervisor and assistants union represented by AFSCME Council number 25.
Thank you, sir. Second?
Your Honor.
Mr. Bliss.
Support.
Discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Items for future public hearings. We have nothing scheduled for this evening. Bid awards purchases. We have a bid awards purchase for a purchasing coordinator for the 2015 water main replacement parts.
In anticipation of our upcoming 2015 Proposal R2 neighborhood road-related water main replacements, the city posted an invitation to bid for water main parts at City Hall and on the Mitten online cooperative bidding system, where it was emailed to 516 vendors. Out of these 516 vendors who received the notice, 40 downloaded the bid documents. On February 17th, the city received one bid from HD Supplies. Historically, the award for water main replacement projects has been typically split between HD Supply and EJ USA, which is formerly East Jordan. HD Supply was the sole bidder in 2014 and was awarded the contract by council on March 10th of 2014. Staff has contacted EJ USA and Michigan Pipe and Valve and confirmed that the pricing provided by HD Supply is in line with current market conditions. HD Supply has worked with the city supplying water main replacement parts for well over 10 years, and the city has been pleased with the quality of the product, the delivery of the product, and the overall business relationship with HD Supply. So accordingly, staff and I recommend that council award the bid for water main replacement parts to the sole responsible bidder, HD Supply, based on the quoted unit pricing for a total estimated cost of $102,600, and to extend the bid award for the fiscal year 2016 non-R or standalone water main replacement projects, subject to fiscal year 2016 budget approval.
Thank you,
and
sir.
funds are budgeted and available for the purchase.
Thank you, sir. Could we have a motion, please? Let's not everybody jump in.
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah. Mr. Corbett?
So I move that the council grant approval to the water main replacement project. I've lost, for a unit cost of $102,600. The funds are budgeted and available under the current budget. What did I say wrong? Is that the total budget of $102,500?
Yes, Your Honor, we would also recommend that that bid be extended to the non-R projects, subject to budget approval.
I would incorporate that language in the motion, sir.
Thank you, sir. Second?
Your Honor?
Mr. Soltis.
Support, please.
Thank you, sir. Discussion?
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Just a general question, and we hadn't talked about it ahead of time. It's just where, and I realize a lot of water mains are picked up in the regular road projects as we go along. Where are we at? What's your evaluation, that and your team over at DPS, where we're at in terms of water mains as a general rule in the city? Do you think we're caught up with where we should be? I only say that a few years back, I don't know, 5, 6 years ago, we kind of stretched out that replacement process. And I always worry about that to make sure we're back on track where we need to be in terms of.
Mr. Myers.
Yeah, Councilman, I think we're getting back on track, but I would have to answer no at this point in terms of being caught up. I would refer council to the CIP document, where we have a list of approximately 20 identified, Joe, correct me if I'm wrong, 20, 25 priority water mains that are not related to any road reconstruction. The councilman's correct. We have gone a number of years without being able to do those, and only to keep up with the R-related ones. But we do have a number on next year, so we're getting back on track. But I wouldn't characterize us as being there yet.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Well, let me just, one quick follow-up
Go ahead.
question. What, do you have any sense of, is this going to be a problem? I realize your crystal ball is out there at the repair shop tonight, but I'm just wondering, what's your evaluation of, are we at risk? Is this something we perhaps need to address at the budget session, perhaps moving one or two of those projects up? Or is this something you're comfortable that you've got a handle on?
Your Honor.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got quite a healthy list of projects coming up, Joe. I think we have a total of four, which is a rare thing for us in 1 year. So
That's for the next budget year, for
yeah,
16, 15, 16?
Correct. And we're going to be making an effort to also accordingly move up the projects. We reevaluate them every year. It's not a static list, by the way. We look at our main break history for the year. Joe, in fact, told me today that we're running at about 70 main breaks for the fiscal year, which is on the high side. Whenever those breaks are repaired, if they involve pipe sections, of course, we replace them with the PVC pipe. We're not putting iron. We haven't put iron in the ground for a long time. So I think, I don't know if this answers your question, but I think we're getting a handle on it in the budget. Those projects will be up for your consideration, but we'll keep moving them forward.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just, my concern is they never, like home plumbing projects, they never happen, you know, Tuesday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They always happen Saturday night at 10:30, and, you know, then it's showtime. You've got everybody and the brother out there. I just, that's something just in the course of the budget process you might keep an eye on, and if you see anything different, let us know. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other discussion, questions? Mr. Hartwell.
Yeah, there's something that didn't make sense to me, and it has to do with East Jordan. Do you have any understanding why East Jordan didn't submit a bid, or maybe they didn't qualify? I think maybe they can't produce all the parts that we're specifying?
Your Honor, I'm going to ask Mr. Vitale to...
Because my point is, I guess while you think of that, my point is, the bid specified that we prefer East Jordan parts. So instead of actually buying the parts directly from East Jordan, we're buying them from a supplier who presumably is raising the price a little bit. So can you explain that? And maybe the solution is, could we, those parts that we truly do want to be East Jordan parts, could we just create a whole second contract and get a better wholesale price?
Your Honor, we've made several calls over the last couple of years, and it's been a concern of ours that only one person is bidding on these parts. And our phone calls to East Jordan, their response was that they are, moving to getting out of the municipal business at this point. So I don't know if they don't want to sell to municipalities or what, but HD Supply's numbers are even better than East Jordan's for their own parts, believe it or not. So however you want to spin that. And we always do contact our multiple vendors. There's been years in the past where USA Pipe and a number of other vendors submitted bids, but it's just kind of been HD's been the only vendor bidding on these things at this point. So we did do some follow-up research and try to answer that question, but it's not an all-encompassing answer at this point. I hope that helps.
That's good. I'm fine.
Yeah. Thank you. Any other questions? If not, we have a motion for approval by Councilman Corbett, a second by Councilman Soltis. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Next item on the agenda is ordinances, item G, and we have nothing scheduled for this evening. So could we have approval of the regular minutes of the last council meeting, February 23rd, 2015, please?
Your Honor.
Mr. Hartwell.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that the council adopt the minutes as printed from the regular council meeting of February 23, 2015.
Thank you, sir. Second?
Your Honor.
Mayor?
Mr. Bliss?
Support.
Discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? H, unfinished business. We have nothing on the agenda for this evening. Likewise, appointments. We have quite a few committees that are open, and I don't have any applicants. Does anybody have any applicants or any ideas for appointments for any of the boards or commissions?
Your Honor?
Yes.
You, just for council's benefit, you did have one applicant for elected officials compensation commission that came in back, I think, in late or mid-February. Mr. Zachary McKenzie for on February 18th for elected officials compensation for a term to end 10/1/21.
Okay. Could we have a motion on that, please?
Your Honor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we looked at that one on the 18th, but weren't comfortable until you got back. If that's good by you, I'd be happy to, because that's the mayor's appointment, right?
That's
Yeah.
correct, Your Honor.
Yeah, I'd be happy to move to confirm the mayor's appointment, Mr. McKenzie, I think it is.
Okay. And a second?
Second.
Mr. Clark. Discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We do have, folks, we have a lot of openings on boards and commissions. And they're really enjoyable, and you're doing the community a lot of work, a lot of good if you come in and do that. And we'd be happy to take the applicants, okay? We have openings on the Brownfield Development, I think, Charter Amendment and Ordinance, Community Development Block Grant Review, Crime Commission, Construction Board of Appeals, Historical Commission, Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, Tax Board of Review, and Zoning Board of Appeals. So anybody if is so inclined, please submit an application. We'll be happy to get you on one of these commissions. I think that's everything. Does anybody in the audience have any comments or questions for council? If not, council, any questions or comments from you folks? Well, if not, then let's adjourn the meeting. Thanks,
Your Honor.
everybody. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I gotta start with that, don't I? Okay.
Yeah, you got to put up
Just
with
checking
me
with
down
Bob.
here.
I'm reading mine. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
yeah.
Bob.
See,
We're going to close
we're
the
on to you.
comments.
It's the week of St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
You just don't want any part of me. That's what.
Yeah.
It is. Just a couple of quick items, Your Honor. Thank you very much to the Churches of Madison Heights group. That was very kind of you to recognize the men and women over at DPS. They work hard. They get the dirty jobs, but we would be nowhere without them. Thank you very much. I wanted to congratulate all the honorees over at the police department. Take just special note, not just, whenever I see the reserves honored, I remember of all the different roles that they play. If it weren't for them, I don't know, I think we'd still be tied up in John R. traffic from the last fireworks. I mean, they do it all. And they take the burden off the full-time officers. Just a reminder, we're up at the library for office hours to meet with residents who have complaints, concerns, or compliments are accepted. 1 to 2 on Fridays. We're usually just in the first room off of the lobby there. And that's it. Thank you very much, sir. Oh, and happy St. Patrick's Day to you and all.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Bliss.
Yes, Your Honor. Just really quick, I'd like to kind of echo the sentiments of Councilman Corbett. Thank you to the Coalition of Churches for coming out and recognizing the fine men and women who clear the roads and keep everything safe. It really means a lot to us that you took time out of your schedules to come here and congratulate them. Also, congratulations once again to all the fine men and women who were honored here today. The recognition was definitely deserved. Lots of amazing people, and we're fortunate enough to live in a city where you can't look left or right without seeing an amazing person who's been volunteering and committed to this community for years. So for all those who were not honored tonight, and your time's coming pretty soon. So thank you so much for your hard work.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Hartwell, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Swanson, thank you for speaking tonight, and thank you for reminding of us the great work that DPS does. But also, I want to congratulate all the other honorees tonight. What a really nice night. But that's all, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Pretty much the same, Mr. Mayor. I don't know if the people at home were able to see the plaque that the Coalition of Churches presented to the DPS,
yeah.
but it was absolutely beautiful. I know the plaque has already left the building tonight, but it is beautiful, and it is well deserved. We joke that when you come in from another city and you drive into town, you notice the difference as soon as you hit the Madison Heights borders, and the joke is that we catch the snow before it hits the ground. So congratulations, congratulations to Joe Vitale Jr. and the staff at DPS on a job well done. And the same comments already made by council members as to the awards. It's a feel-good night, very deserving, and it's great to honor the people who dedicate themselves to this city the way they do. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Mayor.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, unfortunately, we couldn't catch the rain before it hit the ground last August.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I just want to congratulate all the honorees for an excellent job. Also to DPS, thank you to the churches. And it's nice to see my old friend Rob Berry out in the audience tonight. That's all, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Brandon?
Yes, I just want to say that absentee applications are available at the city clerk's office for the upcoming May 5th state special election. If you need one, please call the clerk's office at 583-0826. Also, reminder that Precinct 5, which was temporarily relocated for the last 2 elections, is now going to be back at the Madison Elementary School. And we are looking for election inspectors for this election cycle, so if you're interested, please contact the clerk's office and we'll be happy to give you an application. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Clark, sir.
A couple things, Mr. Mayor. Governor Snyder and the executive of Oakland County, Brooks Patterson, declared April 12th through the 18th as Severe Weather Awareness Week. In 2014, 112 storm-based warnings were issued for southeast lower Michigan. There were 3 recorded tornadoes. On an average, it is 6 tornadoes per year in our area. Lead time averages 26 minutes, which is usually enough time for people to head for shelter. And talking about shelter, we have one in the basement of City Hall right here at the
West entrance.
west entrance to City Hall. You can go down the basement there. A special test of our outdoor warning system will be on Wednesday, April 15th at 1 p.m. Now, there is information on how to spot a tornado or a possible tornado by the clouds, the way they come together, the way they turn. And right here I have about a dozen different places you can go, and it usually takes about an hour, hour and a half to get this information, and it is well worth having. The only other thing I have, for $2 a copy, is what we call our Senior Scoop. It tells you what's going on at the Senior Center. Just for instance, I have the estate planning informative talk Tuesday, April 14th from 11 to 11:20. And it goes on to explain what can the nursing home take care of take from my estate. Learn what assets of yours are at risk if you or a spouse goes into a nursing home. Most importantly, learn what you can do to protect them. Sign up is not required but appreciated. We also have our SHARP program, which consists of a group of men and ladies that take care of the seniors, handicapped. If you are in the service, husband or wife, and you are deployed overseas or even have to leave the home for any length of time, we will take care of them with minor repairs, electrical, plumbing, painting, woodwork of any kind, broken windows, and the only expense to you is just for the materials being used. And we have installed quite a few handrails coming from the sidewalk on the front porch to help the seniors get up there. Especially, we went through a rash of them this year with the icy and slippery weather we have. Also, assured home nursing services. What situations may arise when admitted to the hospital and transitioning home? A social worker will be discussing the topic and provide other useful tips and give advice on how to fill them out. She will also have a sample of medical binder that she recommends all patients keep in their home. It's a convenient way to keep all your medical records in a central location in case you have to go to the hospital, because you know the first thing they ask you for when you get there is identification. What type of medication are you on? So that would be something, and it's Tuesday, April 28th at the Senior Center from 11 o'clock till 11:30. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Soltis, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm grateful everyone here tonight. Usually it's pretty empty. Sometimes I feel like the C-SPAN when the representative is talking. I know people can watch on TV, but I'm glad to see a crowd here. This is the time where we kind of talk about certain things, events. I kind of like to give my opinion on certain issues. First of all, I want to thank the dedicated and brave police officers. Lately, especially in light of that ridiculous display of gun ownership right next to our school of kids, I think our officers handled it perfectly. It just goes to show when these officers put on a uniform that they risk their lives every day, and I appreciate that. I think we all do. And to me, that leads me to advocate that we should have some type of law that prevents an armed man getting too close to our children. I think it's a shame that hasn't happened so far. Secondly, like I said, I talk about certain issues. Tonight, I wanted to bring dedicate the invocation tonight for the civil rights activists in Selma, Alabama, for 50 years, because I just wanted to bring some sort of awareness duly earned from the hundreds that were affected from that, what they call the Bloody Sunday. I think what they went through was atrocious, but I think it paved the way for a better America. And it's a real problem even to this day, since the Supreme Court struck down at Section 4 the voters' right of 65, deemed it unconstitutional. So I'm just going to hope to keep advocating to reinstate that, because I think it was wrong. Also, I want to thank Lamford Schools for an invitation to the super leaders and superheroes at Hiller Elementary School. I appreciate that. It's Wednesday, April 1st, so I'm going to try and be there. I think they're doing wonderful things, both school districts, so I applaud them both. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. A week ago Saturday, I had the privilege of attending the Chinese New Year celebration at the Chinese Community Center, and it's the year of the goat with the Chinese. And they had the dragon, you know, and the two guys in the dragon, and it was just utterly fantastic. And there was a lady singing a 5,000-year-old opera. She was much younger, but they also have Tai Chi lessons on Saturdays. And Bob, you had the 1,000-year-old egg soup last time, 2 years ago, did you not? Is that what it was?
You were the one who canned that originally, and yeah.
Huh?
And then 1,000 years later, then I got to dive into it. That joke just went nowhere, did it?
Nowhere, no.
I'll just go back and leave the jokes to you.
But it is. There's an egg in soup, and they're cooking it. So anyway, I don't know. But it was quite an experience, and it's about the fourth, fifth time I've been there, and it's very enjoyable, and they're very, very gracious people. Mayor Pro Tem Hartwell, I salute you for being the bus stops. I think it's a fantastic job that you took upon yourself. Nobody else thought of it, you know. But anyway, I appreciate it very much. And I'd like to thank recognition to the crossing guards. I don't know if you folks ever think about this or not. These people are out there, 30-degree wind chill, below zero wind chill. They're standing there for at least a half hour. They can't get in their cars. They can't get into any place that's warm. And they stand there and they do this twice a day, 3 times a day. I think it's fantastic, and I really appreciate them. Any other comments? It's a second chance now. If not, then thanks everybody for being here. We will now adjourn.